Hello,
Hey,
sir. How are you?
how are you, Andrew?
Very good, thank you. I got to start out by asking, what was the thing that intrigued you the most about playing Garrett and getting involved in the series?
Let's start with something that connected to me on a personal level. Garrett is a park ranger. Uh, I've always kind of liked that, that idea of being working outdoors in nature. I'm very connected to nature. I grew up, going to a farm that my grandpa used to have a farm. So I grew up like barefoot around trees and animals. So I have a personal connection to that. And then I love the idea of playing a parent of two teenagers that have a specific condition, not regular. It's already a challenge. I can't imagine. I'm a parent myself, but my daughter is only 5. But I know how challenging is to be a parent of a when you're adolescent. It's just that time where it's challenging. But to be a parent of two teenagers that have that condition, they need sort of like a special care. It was all very appealing. And then I've never done a supernatural show, and I always flirted with the idea. Well, maybe one day, I'll try that. Um, but then I read the script, and I liked the story. I liked the writing. I just thought, well, I care about these characters. I want to know what's happening next, which is the basic thing that you feel when you read a script that is a good script that you like. Then I had a meeting with Jeff, and Jeff said, "Look, uh, I'm very open to shape up this character with you." I'm like, "Well, this is a perfect world." He's very talented. He has a great vision, but he's also, open to listen and work together. So all of those things, man. And I had a great experience. It was different than anything I've done before, but in a very good way. Very good way.
That's awesome. Well, talking about Garrett, we only get glimpses of him to start with. So I'm
Yeah.
really curious, what are we going to learn about him? What are we going to find out that you can maybe tease a little?
Uh, no spoilers.
No.
Uh, Garrett will do anything to protect his kids, okay, from outsiders, but mainly from themselves.
Hmm.
Um, he'll get in the middle of the action very soon. On episode 3, the whole thing starts, and it goes like nonstop until episode 8. Um, he will, it's out of control, wildfire. It's all crazy, and he will try to organize things. Um, he will face many challenges. He's a man of very strong values. You will understand soon, and but he holds important secrets that he has to hold, and that makes him fall. When you meet him, he's already in crisis. He's in a conflict, a big moral conflict, because he's a park ranger that serves a community, but he has inside his own house. He's got to keep secrets. He's hiding stuff. So that's it's a character that it's on the edge and in a constantly in conflict. So you'll learn much more about it. Just stick with it. I promise you, you'll learn very soon much more about Garrett.
That is an awesome tease. I got to tell you, as those things go, not everyone can describe it so well, but that was amazing.
Cool. Cool. I'm
So,
glad.
in terms of his relationship with his children, how would you say he looks at them? How does he feel about them? What is his relationship with them in fact?
That's a great question because they are not regular kids. Um, it's something that I asked myself throughout, the shoot. I was constantly asking that question: how, like, like, how is it on a daily basis, like in a concrete way? Like how is it? What is breakfast? What is like to live with them? And I work with the actors, Tyler and Chloe that play, Luna and Harlan, very closely. They're great. They're lovely people, and we built it. We just day by day we had a lot of conversations. I asked them a lot about their, you know, how they grew up, how they were raised, and I try to provoke, kind of tease them in terms of tomorrow, bring something like a game that you love to play with your parents. And we worked with stuff that they have in their own lives that we could bring and create that bond between the characters. But when we talk about the special condition that they have, we kind of came up with, kind of, imagination in terms of how, because he has to sort of, Garrett has to tame the animal side of those kids. I can't talk more. I'm going to give you spoilers.
Yeah, that was a great introduction. It's fascinating to hear how you work through that as actors.
Yeah. Well, you get it. It's details. I love working with details. So you watching a scene and then you see something like a gesture or you get it. Every scene we planted a little something here there that, informs you of what kind of relationship they have.
Well, the last thing I'd like to know is, since she's an executive producer on the series and, she's in the series, what was Sarah Michelle Gellar like to work alongside? Did you have conversations about things? Did you end up having a scene with her that you can mention or no?
Yeah. She was great. I mean, this is a completely unknown territory for me. So having Sarah next to me, it's like as good as it gets, like she is an expert in this world. So very helpful in terms of, understanding the language of a genre show, the tone and all that. And she's great to work with. She has a great sense of humor. So she was such a light and pleasant experience. I didn't know what to expect, what was going to be the atmosphere on set, tense, dark, we should be scared and all that stuff. The opposite. We had a blast, working together. She was great to work with. And we do have scenes. We're going to interact a lot, so it's going to be and very, it will surprise you how, I think that's one of the main things about Jeff Davis. He's a master in you do not see it coming. He really knows how to plan things. And I remember reading his script, I think it was episode 4, which is a great episode for Garrett. And I'm reading it and then I finished, I'm like, oh my God. So I called Jeff. I'm like, Jeff, that was brilliant. So you doing this because of that, right? He's like, nope. Like, okay, so are you going to do it? It's like, nope, it was none of that. And I'm like, I'm feeling stupid right now, man. I'm like, really? And then when you get to the 8th episode, the way it ends, I was like shocked. I'm like, I gotta just, Jeff, you're amazing. So I think that's what really attracted, especially Sarah, because it's been a while she's not in a show, and she took a break for herself, and then she not only said yes, but she's also an executive producer on the show. And it has to do a lot with Jeff's talent to tell a story and to create a world. It's not a spin-off of Teen Wolf. A lot of people think it is. It's not. Right. It's not connected. It's just they're werewolves, but completely different world from the same father. Same creator.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. It was great chatting to you.
Same here. Thank you.
Thanks.